The House of Representatives passed a budget bill to advance President Donald Trump's agenda. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, February 26th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. President Trump has called this budget plan his Big, Beautiful Bill. It would reshape the tax code, implement strict new immigration policy, drill for new energy resources, and spend billions on national defense. House Republicans narrowly passed the bill yesterday, 217 to 215. No Democrats voted for the measure. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and other Democrats gathered for a news conference before the vote yesterday. Here's Jeffries.
We will push back against the Republican budget today. We will push back against the Republican budget tomorrow. We will push back against the reckless Republican budget until it's buried deep in the ground, never to rise again. Yeah. Never to rise again.
Republicans still face significant challenges before the budget can become law. The Senate now must pass the House's bill, then both chambers will negotiate final policies on new cuts and spending. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson spoke to the press after the vote.
We have a lot of hard work ahead of us, but we are going to deliver the America First agenda. We're going to deliver all of it, not just parts of it, and this was the first step in that process.
There were some disagreements among House Republicans yesterday. Hardliners said the bill doesn't go far enough, but moderates feared the bill's $2 trillion in spending cuts will force them to slash Medicaid benefits. That could be very unpopular in some key states and districts. Number 2 is a Washington Post exclusive. Elon Musk's business empire is built on $38 billion in government funding. Musk and his U.S. Doge service are on a mission to slash federal spending. But the Post published an analysis this morning showing that Musk himself is one of the biggest beneficiaries of taxpayers' money. Over the years, Musk and his businesses, including Tesla and SpaceX, have received billions in government contracts, loans, subsidies, and tax credits. These injections have often come at critical moments, helping seed the growth that has made Musk the world's richest person. In 2024 alone, federal and local governments committed at least $6.3 billion to Musk's companies. In our newsletter today, you can find some useful graphs breaking down Musk's government funding stretching back to 2003. Just follow the link in our show notes. Ukraine and the U.S. have agreed on a framework for a deal to access Ukraine's natural resources. That's number 3. For weeks, President Trump has been expressing his bitterness toward Ukraine. He has called its democratically elected president, Volodymyr Zelensky, a dictator. He blamed Ukraine for starting the war with Russia, even though it was Russia that invaded Ukraine. And the U.S. flipped sides at the United Nations to vote against a resolution condemning Russia for the war. But a potential deal announced yesterday may help ease Trump's pressure on Ukraine. It would grant Washington partial access to Ukraine's minerals, oil, and gas. Trump has demanded that Ukraine repay American war aid with access to its natural resources. It highlights a new, more transactional approach to how the U.S. handles issues around the world. Number 4. An unknown disease has killed 53 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo. At least 431 cases of a mysterious illness have been reported since January. That's according to the World Health Organization. The illness causes fever, vomiting, diarrhea, and other symptoms. It has a fatality rate of 12.3%, and many of the deaths took place within 48 hours of the onset of symptoms. The outbreak is believed to have begun in a village in the northwestern part of the country, where 3 children died after reportedly eating a bat. Samples have tested negative for Ebola or Marburg viruses, but scientists say that it may not be a brand new illness. It could be a known disease that just hasn't been diagnosed yet. Whatever it is, the state of healthcare infrastructure in the DRC could make it hard to contain. Utah could become the first state to ban fluoride from drinking water. That's our fifth story. Last week, Utah's Republican-controlled state house passed a bill prohibiting adding fluoride to public water systems. It would also bar cities and counties from requiring the mineral in their water. Utah's governor hasn't said whether he'll sign the bill. He has until the end of March to sign or veto it. If he takes no action, it will lapse into law. The bill has alarmed public health experts and dentists. They point to fluoride's role in fighting tooth decay across the nation, especially among children. The move comes at a time of renewed attention to the practice of adding fluoride to drinking water. President Trump's health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has criticized the practice. Number 6. Americans are skeptical that artificial intelligence will help them at work. New research found that about 80% of Americans generally don't use AI at work, and fewer than 1/3 are excited about the use of AI in workplaces. These worries may come down to fears that the technology will lead to job losses and a lack of faith in company leadership, according to one expert. And in some other AI news, more than 1,000 musicians, including Kate Bush and Annie Lennox, made an album that pretty much just sounds like this. That's the sound of white noise from empty studios. The mostly silent album, titled Is This What We Want?, is meant to protest a UK law that would give AI companies access to copyrighted music. And at number 7, some Canadian coffee shops are serving Canadianos instead of Americanos. President Trump has proposed big tariffs on Canadian goods and called for the country to become America's 51st state. So, cafes in Canada are making their displeasure known. Some have changed the name of the classic espresso-based drinks from Americanos to Canadianos. Other recent protests from Canadians include booing the U.S. national anthem at hockey games, buying Canadian-made goods, and signing a petition to strip Elon Musk of his Canadian citizenship. But whether you call it an Americano or a Canadiano, it's still pretty much the worst form of coffee you can order. Sorry to get so opinionated on here, but seriously, just have a filter coffee or an espresso. Iced Americanos are fine, though. All right, you're all caught up. But before you go, a reminder that if you're a subscriber to The Washington Post, you can get access to our shows ad-free in Apple Podcasts. All you have to do is find The Washington Post channel in Apple Podcasts and connect your Post subscription. Then stay tuned for more subscriber-only audio benefits, like exclusive and early access episodes. If you're not a subscriber, this is a great time to start. You can sign up at our channel in Apple Podcasts or through the link in our show notes. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.